Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. I'm happy to be on the journey. I wasn't even sure if the energy was going to show up to do these readings this month. It's been a month. How are you? um, ugh. I am a I'm a Cancer rising, and I don't know. It's just, it's been a month. Like the eclipses were squaring my first and my seventh house. And anyway, it's been good, bad. Otherwise, I hope you're doing well. I would love to hear about it if you feel like sharing. But let's get you an oracle card. It's too many. I keep wanting to mention curly hair. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be on a curly hair journey. Um, I've always had curly hair, I think. I remember like when I was younger, not wanting to like get my hair wet at like a water park or swimming at like a friend's house or something because I didn't want it to like curl up. I hated it. And I straightened it with a flat iron, my entire life until 2020. I stopped flattening it, and it was just, I feel like I looked like the Cowardly Lion. And now I'm like trying to figure out how to like style it properly, and I feel like it just constantly looks a mess. So anyway, I don't know, like, are you planning on changing up your hair? I'm also going to dye it. I'm going to change the way that I dye and bleach and whatever, but I'm not going to do it until May. So I don't know. The next time you see me, maybe I'll have different hair. I don't know. But anyway, like, are you planning on changing your hair? Are you thinking about it? I don't know why I had to say it just to get it out of my head. We're still waiting for an oracle card for you. Hello? Okay, there we go. Yes. Just say yes. Interesting. So, if you are thinking about changing your hair, if that's something, let me go grab my dog really fast. Come on, babies. Oh boy. Okay, sorry about that. He's been limping on one of his legs, and I didn't want him out there like running back and forth along the fence with, that's too many cards, with the neighbor dogs. So we have the Justice card, the Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups. There's also too many cards. We just need three more. The Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Hierophant. And then the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I almost went to like look at the overhead camera to make sure everything was in view, but I'm not using that. This month, my table is a bit of a mess, and it's like organized chaos. I do freelance work on the side, and or not really on the side. It's like, it's my thing, but I just didn't want to like clean everything up. So anyway, so there's something that's a yes, right? If you were looking for a yes or no thing, there you go. It really almost even kind of feels like literally like the stars aligning here, right? So I mean, maybe there was a transit that happened this month or will happen this month. I mean, we're definitely not over. We're not out of the woods yet, right? We also had that eclipse. We had two eclipses, actually, one in Aries, one in Libra. So, I mean, maybe there was something that shifted, and it's a yes. So, speaking of Libra, we have the Justice card, which is the card of Libra. Wherever Libra is for you in your chart, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything specific, but I mean, the South Node is in Libra right now. there was that eclipse in Libra. So, it's about releasing. This could even be like releasing karma in some capacity, in the sense of like releasing what is not yours. Like whatever, it's like if there's a burden, or if you're taking responsibility for something that is not your responsibility, it's like releasing that. The Justice card does talk about the scales balancing and fairness. And, it's like even both of these cups or whatever, that they're using to represent a scale, they are in balance. Even the like light and dark aspect, because if this were to be in the reverse, there's this figure that almost kind of seems a little menacing, I don't know if menacing is the right word, but it definitely has that feeling of like, the angel and the devil thing, like, on your shoulder. And one of them is telling you to do one thing, the other is telling you to do the other thing. Like that's kind of a feeling that I'm getting from this. Even, this figure with their eyes closed, it could be like an internal battle that you're having going on. And it's like you're doing your best to keep things level, whether that's your mood, your thoughts, the people around you, your relationships. Justice is also like, so it is an air card, right? And air has to do with our mind, our thoughts, beliefs, ideas. It's honesty and truth, of course, too, with justice. And also, like, in order for justice to prevail, right, it has to be based on objective facts. Like, we think about like a courthouse or like a court case or something, right? And it is presenting the facts, and that is absent of emotion, because once we start throwing emotion into the mix, then it becomes a belief. It's no longer objective fact, right? Like then it becomes just something that we believe in based on our feelings about a thing. So it could even just be a message about having to objectively look at something absent of whatever emotion you want to insert into it. Of course, being a Cancer, being a water sign, right? Like it might be hard to separate your emotions from it, but even maybe write down a list of pros and cons. Like maybe write down a list of what the objective truths are. And even when I was talking about that, I kind of kept getting this little interruption about how even facts can be manipulated, or even how like not necessarily lies can be manipulated. They can, I mean, there's plenty of, like court cases or whatever, if we're going on that analogy, where, the truth was, because it was manipulated in some capacity. Because it's interesting that I'm even focusing on this figure here, because I usually don't. I mean, you can see them when the card is in the upright. But I do think that this is like remaining in your integrity, and it is a message about remaining in your integrity. But because on this end of things, like this would be somebody who would be trying to manipulate the facts, or like just, trying to get something out of a situation that would benefit them. But it didn't come out in the reverse. It came out in the upright. So we don't even really have to deal with that. But like I said, it was just like a little birdie or something was just kind of whispering to me about that. So again, even just remaining in your integrity. And then we have the Queen of Swords, who is actually Libra also. So maybe Libra, like again, I mean, you can have some placements in Libra. Again, maybe it was something that happened during the eclipse where, with it being an eclipse of the South Node or near the South Node, it would be something that we would be releasing, getting rid of. Wherever, Libra is in your chart too, it could have something to do with that house and whatever the meaning of that house is. But queens are when we recognize the energy of the suit within ourselves. It's when we learn to master the energy of the suit within ourselves. And then we move on to the king, where we can share that with other people. We can be a leader, we can be a mentor, a role model, whatever. And, I mean, this figure, it looks like they're sitting on top of a mountain. I mean, there's this pedestal or whatever this is here, in contemplation, in deep thought, right? And even look at this cup down here. They have this cup locked up. Cups have to do with our emotions. So again, we were talking about with the Justice card, it's being logical and taking emotion out of the thing. As hard as that might be for for Cancer to do. This is also even like clarity of thought, like getting clear. This could be, an invitation for you to spend some time alone so that you can think. Even when I think about, like needing to make a big decision, it's like going outside somewhere where literally your thoughts can just expand as far out as they need to go. Like for me, I have a hard time, which is why like I like driving around like with my windows open, or even just going to sit outside, going to sit in nature or whatever, going to sit by a tree also. But because it's like, again, it's allowing yourself, it's not being contained to like the four walls that are around you, right? But it's like it's needing more room to think. Literally, like, again, just letting your thoughts expand out as far as they need to in order for you to get clarity. I love that. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. This is I see pages as being apprentices, like they're the newbies. It's allowing yourself to be new. Pentacles have to do with money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. What are we spending our time doing? Where are we physically showing up in our lives? It's also our physical body and our health. So with a page, they have the Ace of Pentacles there. We can see that the roots are like wrapping around them. They're actually doing tree pose, speaking of trees. So, we can see the roots wrapping around them and then going into the ground down here, planting roots. This chick looks like Scarlett Johansson to me. Doesn't she? Like in the face a little bit? I don't know. But so they already have the Ace of Pentacles. The opportunity has already been presented to you in some capacity. It could be, the job that you currently have. It could be whatever source of income. It could even be like an additional source of income, whatever. It could be, of course, your health. It could be your possessions, like, because it's pentacles. So it's anything in the 3D. It could be where you live. It could be your car, whatever you place value on also. So there's something that's already there. This isn't something like newly showing up to your life. It's taking a different approach with something that is already in your hands. So there's an opportunity that's been already presented in some capacity, or that you already have in some capacity, and it's taking like new action towards it. Like for instance, it would be, starting a new job. You already have the offer, you've already accepted the offer, or it's coming, and then it would be a matter of actually starting the job. And it would be, like being that new person for, a month or two or whatever, until you kind of like get your routine or whatever down. Of course, it could be, if it has to do with your health, it could be taking steps towards that. It could be you've already done some research, you've already bought some stuff, that now it's like, okay, I'm going to start implementing my plan. I'm going to start making changes, right? And again, all of this is like, it's planting roots and making sure that those roots get secure in the ground. And then we have the Two of Cups. So this could have to do with another person. The Two of Cups could, of course, be a relationship. It is a relationship in some capacity, whether that's romantic, platonic, family, chosen, or biological, a business relationship. It could even just be a relationship with yourself, of course. But I mean, judging by the complexions on these cards, it looks like there's two different people, right? So this is even like working with, right? Working with somebody in some capacity, but it's like you both have the same goal. There might be two cups here, but you're coming together to fill the cups. Like both needs are being met. And that's what the Two of Cups is. It's like shared value. Cups, again, have to do with our emotions. And even going back to this Queen of Swords with the cup locked away there, and even the Justice card, there's two cups on the Justice card, right? And they kind of look similar. If this has to do with you like emotionally blocking something, like maybe you don't want to get emotionally invested in something out of like fear of disappointment, because maybe that's how it's shown up for you before, because we have the Six of Cups, which is a card of the past, or nostalgia. But with the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, there is an opportunity here to plant roots. And it may just happen with the help of somebody else. This is the only card where there's two people on it. So I don't necessarily think it's like a romantic thing. It certainly can be, of course, but I feel like it would be more of that if there were more cards that had two people on them, but there's not. That's the only card that has two people on them, like two different people. So again, I mean, this would be help coming in from somebody else. And maybe there's like an emotional attachment there in some capacity. And then, like I said, we have the Six of Cups, which is the card of the past, nostalgia. This is also inner child because, you know, we have a kid and a puppy here, and then we have the older version of them. So it's even like the emotional journey type of thing. So there could be some inner child work happening. It could even need to be like self-soothing in some capacity, but it could also just be like an opportunity from the past. Because like I said, with the Page of Pentacles, there's something like the Pentacle is already there. It's already rooted. It's already, you know, kind of going down into the ground. So it could be an opportunity, like an open-ended thing that you are revisiting, but it's also even too like coming at it from a more like mature perspective. That could be why it's showing up again now. Like you have your emotional intelligence, your emotional maturity is older now versus, you know, we have this child here and this puppy. It's interesting. So the Hierophant is at the end of the, but look how like similar these colors are. Isn't that interesting? Red is the root chakra. Orange is the sacral. Yellow is the solar plexus. So I don't know. I mean, that's just, what are the odds, you know? We have the Hierophant. This is Taurus. Even this staircase here, like I keep like staring at it. And because like I was saying with the Six of Cups about emotional maturity, There's this, almost like enlightenment feeling with this, or like accomplishment in some capacity. Because, they're sitting at the bottom of the staircase. Maybe even like a rite of passage, like accomplishment in that sense, like getting through a situation in a different way than you would have in the past. And that being an accomplishment, and even that being a huge level of growth for you. But traditionally, the Hierophant is traditional institutions. It's the passing along of wisdom, which is why it also deals with traditional institutions like college, school, climbing the corporate ladder, even, like astrology. And, it's like, because that is an ancient, science or language. So it would be like the passing along of that. Even, I don't know if you can see like all these symbols above their head. There's the Om symbol. There's the fish. There's this one symbol right here. I don't know if you're... the triskiel. That keeps showing up throughout these readings. There's a heart there. Even, there's this kind of like, I don't know if you would call that a mandala. I don't know, but there's this flower looking thing in the sky. And even like, look at their feet. It doesn't look the same, of course, but it's similar-ish. Like, so it does have this feeling about like the time being the right time. Climbing a mountain. It really does feel like you have, like you have what you need. And then with the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this could be moving. This is literally being guided because nobody is in control of this boat. These crows are guiding it. Crows represent change. This person has their bag packed. It's, they basically took what they can carry. Or that could even just be, like all of the possessions that they have left. And there is a sense of like surrender. It's literally allowing yourself to be guided towards whatever the change is. And swords, again, have to do with our thoughts, our beliefs, ideas, truth, honesty. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, feelings. It's the reasons why we do and don't do things, right? Whether they're true or not, and whether they're our stories or not. So this is literally like allowing your mind to move forward. It's like leaving, there's a storm back here, choppy waters, and it's being guided into a more peaceful mindset. So it's allowing yourself to move forward. It's also allowing yourself to even change your mind or even make a decision to say yes. All about mindset. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.